and welcome to this week's live Monday music motivation. Apologies for my 2 minutes of tardiness. I was working on another video and taking a little time, a little bit longer than I was expecting, but we are here and here to motivate you on this wonderful Monday. So I hope everybody had a fantastic weekend and you're excited to get into this. So recently I finished reading a fantastic book called Think Again by Adam Grant, and I wanted to share a little bit about kind of how I'm applying that to music and thinking about it in my music journey. So the whole kind of premise of the book is that we should always be rethinking things and always learning things, because when we just kind of form our opinion, that's not necessarily going to be always the factual thing, always the true thing, or always even the best thing. And he tells many different stories from many different categories of life, from fire jumpers to people who forecast the future, all kinds of very fascinating fields and fascinating stories, even debates. Actually, I won't spoil that part of the book, but there's some debates in there as well, and lots of good stuff when it comes to kind of how we think about the world and form our opinions and things like that. And the opinion, or sort of the thing that I want to challenge a little bit for you today, that is kind of how I'm applying it to music, is the idea that what has helped you the most in the past and what has helped you to progress the most in the past may not be the thing that's going to help you progress the most now. So in my personal clarinet journey, I had a huge breakthrough when I was in my senior year of high school, and I started studying with Dr. Jeremy Reynolds, and he sort of showed me how to do warm-up exercises and long tones and scales in a meaningful way that actually developed my fundamentals of clarinet playing. And that was so wildly eye-opening to me, and I made so much progress in that year because of that kind of new attention that I was giving to the fundamentals, that it was one of the fastest growing years of my clarinet playing journey so far. But going back to those same exercises aren't necessarily going to yield the same kind of progress and big gains, because that's what I needed back then, and what I need now is something a little bit different, because I'm growing and I'm changing, and the things that made me make big improvements before are different than what I need to make big improvements now. However, there is an underlying kind of mindset to that, and that's kind of again what the Think Again book was about, is no matter which of these different kind of anecdotes he is talking about, we found that kind of underlying thread that rethinking and thinking again and being open to new ideas and changing your opinions was always valuable and led to growth. And I think we can apply that in our playing as well. So when we go to do our long tone exercise, don't treat it as just like, oh, these are the long tones that I'm supposed to kind of go through the motions on and dig into. Great, I'm doing my long tones the same way I've always done them. You're going to get the same results that you've already gotten. But instead, if you can rethink your long tones and ask yourself, what is it that I'm trying to get out of this? What's the purpose of this exercise? What am I kind of targeting here? How can I engage with this on a deeper level and kind of have that growth mindset of, this isn't just the long tones that I do every day because I'm kind of in that fixed mindset of, I do these day in and day out because that's what I'm supposed to do and that's how I show up and start my practice session. But this is an opportunity to get better and to grow more and to find more opportunities for improvement. That's where you're going to get value from this, and that's where you're going to start to have these things be effective again. This whole idea, all of that stuff that I just said, is tied up in what I call the greatness zone, and the greatness zone is this idea of the things that you should actually focus on and kind of the how and why to do the exercises to get massively more benefit from them. So if this idea is interesting to you and you're finding this kind of motivational and you want to do some more rethinking about your playing, then there's a link in the description for quickstartclarinet.com/greatness, where you can watch a full, really in-depth training on the greatness zone to sort of guide you there. That's much more than I will give you in this short, less than 10-minute Monday music motivation. But if you like this idea and it's kind of stirring some thoughts for you, then definitely check out quickstartclarinet.com/greatness, where it's going to be really awesome. And included in there, there's an option to sign up for the VIP experience of it, which is also totally free. The full training's free. The VIP experience is totally free. I just want to give you a few more tools to really implement it. And one of those tools is kind of a guided long tone practice, actually, so you can achieve exactly that, to look at your long tones, rethink your long tones a little bit, get into the greatness zone on your long tones at your start of your practice so you can stay in the greatness zone for your entire practice and start experiencing that kind of exponential growth again, that kind of rethinking that new thing, just like I experienced in my senior year of high school, which took me from being the back of the section in All-State to first chair, first part, concert master in the All-State band my senior year, because I rethought how I was doing my warm-ups and my fundamentals. So hopefully this gives you some motivation and inspiration. Also, if you found this interesting, then you should read the book. It's Think Again by Adam Grant. Really, really great read. And last but not least, as always, of course, fill out your practice template. I haven't filled mine out yet, so I'm going to be doing it with you right after this video. But here's what the template looks like. You can also get this at a link in the description, but it's the date for the week, reflection on how things are going, goal for what you want to accomplish this week, and then your plan for when and what you're going to make happen so that you actually make it happen this week. Take that plan, put it in your calendar, put it in your schedule, set reminders, do whatever you need to do so you show up for that, because I don't have to rethink the fact that if you don't practice and you don't work on learning, you're not going to get better. So I think that is an inherent factual truth. But if you do show up, you have a better chance. And it's not an inherent factual truth that you're going to get better just by putting in the hours of practicing. But if you do those hours of practicing in the greatness zone, then I'm pretty darn confident that you will get there. So let me know if you have any questions about any of this in the comments below. I hope that you have a absolutely fantastic week of practicing this week. Again, check out Think Again by Adam Grant. Go to quickstartclarinet.com/greatness zone, /greatness for the full length greatness zone training, and start rethinking your practicing so that you can be more dedicated, more focused, more productive, efficient, and effective in your personal practicing this week. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you next week on the next live Monday music